What if I told you something that's never been uttered before on Warhammer YouTube? Something so deeply disturbing and quite literally horrifying, it will shake the foundation of the community. And GW, James Workshop himself, will have to show up to my place of living, and he will have to eventually take me to the black sites that are probably in England, the place I don't want to go, and they're going to bring me there and they're going to say, "Oi, why did you say what you said?" And they're going to do me in. What if I told you that one thing that could end my Warhammer career is that I absolutely despise the Eldar? That's right. I'm appealing to literally every other faction, everybody on YouTube who enjoys literally every part of Warhammer, except Eldar fans. If you're an Eldar fan, get out of here. I'm just kidding. You can stay. It's cool. But all jokes aside there, I have been realizing how I do like Eldar, but holy shit, I cannot stand how stupid they are. And before somebody gets in my grill and they're like, "Bro, don't you understand that this whole setting is about every faction being so utterly incompetent and stupid that they're supposed to make the same mistakes to keep the setting going?" Yeah, I get it, bro. I know how to read. I've read 10 books in my life. Grow up. But here's the thing. Here's what I've been reading. That's right. That's right. I've been reading a book from every faction ever, and that's including Loyalists, that's including everything. Xenos, anything I can get my hands on just so I'm better equipped to make these videos, so I'm not talking out of my ass. But here's what I see. I see, oh, okay, Janzar, that seems really cool. Storm of Silence. It is kind of cool. Really slow start. I kind of like it. You get some really cool pre-Eldar fall stuff. Cool, right? We keep going, and we see them do some weird Farseer stuff. Okay, normal. And I immediately don't even need to read the next page. I take a break. I'm on page 50. I'm not even that far in, but I already know how this book's going to go. And someone can correct me if I'm wrong. This could be spoiler territory. Immediately, I'm reading this book, and all these different Phoenix Lords are engaging in something. Yeah, Mugen Ra is there. Janzar is there. Asserman is there. If I'm saying the name wrong, I don't speak knife here. You'll have to forgive me on that one. But I know how it's going to go down. Everybody's going to get their own Farseer vision. Somebody's going to conflict with each other, and it's going to lead to some tomfoolery that's stupid. It's even on the back of this book, too. Ready? Okay. Janzar traveled to the craft world Uthway to warn them of the danger of the Orc Empire uprising. However, she finds her plans to divert disaster are opposed by one of the craft world's own seers, Eldrad. You know, what am I supposed to say? You know, I really like Eldar, and it works me up because I know the things I get mad at are the things that make the setting what it is. I'm not saying it doesn't, I'm not trying to argue that, but what I am trying to argue is, like, it's pretty easy to see why they get clowned on so much and why they're used as fodder in every other story. The stereotypes and all that. Listen, I don't care if you're the best damn writer on Earth or if you're the worst damn writer on Earth. Like, if I were to write an Eldar story, would I follow some of the tropes? Sure. But damn, like, they need a break. Eldar should not be this incompetent. I know their whole thing is they've been around for forever. They were in the War in Heaven. They're biologically engineered weapons from the old ones. I get it. Listen, I've watched and consumed about as much Warhammer material as the next guy. Please believe me when I say 90% of the time, I'm not talking out of my ass. 10% of the time I am, but I do a pretty good job of letting you know when I don't know something. Eldar need to stop being their own problem. They need a conceivable issue that halts them, besides Slaanesh gobbling up their souls whenever they die. Right? I'm sorry. If I know that every literal Eldar plotline, and keep in mind, I have no clue about the Ynnari, zero clue about Dark Eldar, except for what I've read in other stories, including Dark Eldar. I know literally nothing about Ynnari at all, except for they could have killed Slaanesh, but one Space Marine decided that his space racism was too strong. And honestly, that's pretty funny, because it's so dumb that it makes sense, right? That you can have a problem with and call it out, but it's also funny and it makes sense. This is kind of past the boundaries of being funny, and it's just really, it's annoying. It's really annoying, and it's really grinds my gears. Not a lot of things in Warhammer grinds my gears, right? I just said it, like, I know a lot of the factions, their whole thing is do stupid shit. They don't learn from it. They keep going. It's a funny, relatable formula that works. It's efficient, and it's obviously been proven to be efficient because everybody keeps reading and buying the models and engaging in the story and what the current campaigns are and all these additions and codex lore and whatnot. 100% get it. But allow me to espouse some Eldar hate. They are clearly the only faction that suffered from being their own problem. Well, okay, I take that back. That's like pretty much every faction in Warhammer, but it's the way they do it. This Farseer stuff, I don't know why it grinds my gears the way it does, but it just does, man. Like, oh, baby Angron's gonna be a problem. He's gonna be involved in the heresy. Let's go kill him, and then that inadvertently leads to him, oh, getting the nails involved in him, and then boom, and then boom, and then now he's just a murder hobo. Okay, or Eldrad again, Craftworld Uthway, Fulgrim. If you've read Fulgrim, he knows that Fulgrim's gonna get possessed. And doesn't, but then he just finds out all too soon that the blade he got from the Laerans has infected him, and it's been touched by Slaanesh. And then he finds out, he's like, oh no, I foresaw this, and you people, you're evil, and you have damned us all. And let's include, by the way, the Cabal. That include multiple Xenos, but also including, take a minute, ready? Let's do a little editing game. Is it A, humans? B, some other form of alien? C, Eldar. Or D, Connor K40K. Was he involved in the Cabal? Ready? Ding, ding, ding. It was C. It was Eldar, who see the future, don't know they're getting manipulated by chaos, and it's just, grinds my gears, dude. There's no other way to explain it. Like, you take cool characters, because this isn't me just shitting on the Eldar for no reason. There's a reason. You can get in the comments and say this is a shitty reason, and I'll say, fair enough. I put myself on YouTube. You can very much put yourself on there as well and say, Connor, this was foolish. And you have that right, although I am biased and I think everything I say is 100% always the right opinion, especially when it involves World Eaters. But obviously, I'm not done with this book. I'm just venting what I think is gonna happen and how it's gonna not necessarily make me a happy doopy loopy, guy. But it's annoying. It grinds my gears personally. That's probably the best way I can go about it. It makes me really, really ticked off for some reason. And it's weird because obviously, as I've said previously in this video, every faction does this. Every faction gets in their own way. But it's like Eldar are like specifically contained in every story that they're mentioned in, either directly that focuses on them or when they're secondary focuses or antagonists. They get in their own way. Even if I do remember correctly, someone else who's much more intelligent than me can call me out on this. In the Night Lords Omnibus, I'm pretty sure Jan Zar was there when they went to oh my god, the Night Lords previously held this planet. It was Sagulasa or something like of that. They used Farseer stuff. She was tracking down Talos, and shit ensues, and they still lose. Like, you would think they would have a win as well. Maybe that's what's also pissing me off with their Farseer abilities. Maybe you think this pompous race would learn, but I know, again, someone's going to say, the whole thing is they can't learn. Well, sue me, dude. You can call James Workshop himself and have him engage in debate with me because, I don't know. It bothers me, man. It bothers me to no end. I hate the Eldar, but not for like the lame reasons you would think, for like meme reasons, like stupid elves. No, on the contrary, Eldar can be cool, kind of are cool. Eldrad's pretty cool, but like them as a faction, I get why people sort of hate on them, but I think they hate on them for the wrong reasons. Listen. I don't know. Maybe this is just me being irrational and I just wanted to vent that to somebody. I don't know. But yes, long story short, the space elves have some problems. They infuriate me. As you can tell, I keep putting the glasses on and off because I'm trying not to go into World Eater mode right now because the nails are biting. But yes, that being said, listen, if anyone else has any opinions on this. I do encourage you to drop some comments down and let me know, because I know there are some of you who are absolute lore experts, and I don't mean this facetiously or like to call you a nerd, even though you know I'm a nerd, so you know maybe you are a nerd, but there are people on here who know a crap load more about their given factions than I do, and I'm not the biggest Eldar fan, as you can obviously tell from the video, but you have some insight you want to share with me. You want to say, oh, okay, here's where you probably would want to look at this if you think that they suck. Let me know. You know, I love hearing what you guys have to say, but other than that, this is YouTube's biggest Eldar hater.